Hello. We thank God for a beautiful day like this. We want to appreciate Him for His goodness and for blessing us with a gift of life and all that He's doing in our lives. He's such a good God. It's time for worship essentials, and I want to kickstart this time of fellowship with you by sharing some thoughts and suggestions on how to lead worship. So I want to talk to the praise and worship leaders, the choristers, and those of us that may be involved in worship in church in one way or the other. Anyone that is involved in leading the congregation in worshiping God. I believe this is for you. And how do you prepare to lead people in worship? There's no one way to doing this, but these are things that I've done over the period, and I believe it's been a blessing to me that I want to suggest to you. I believe that before you lead people in worship, you should have spent some time worshiping God alone, because when you are leading the people in worship, you have a lot on your mind, and you have an extra burden on you, because you are not only leading the people, but you have to worship as well. So you are worshiping and you have the extra assignment of making it conducive for others to be able to worship God. So that is an extra assignment placed on you, the worship leader. So I believe every worship leader should spend some time in your closet worshiping God. Actually, it's good you make it a habit, so that you don't only spend time worshiping God when you have to lead worship in church. So that is very, very crucial. Number two, I think it's important that every worship leader prayerfully picks a theme for each worship session that you're going to lead. This is very, very crucial, because it's based on the theme that you would pick your songs, and that gives you a sense of direction, a sense of focus. It streamlines the worship session, and it helps people to be able to pour their hearts out in line with the theme. So it's very, very important. I recommend that every worship leader gets a theme for any session of worship you're going to lead. Prayerfully pick a theme. So the theme could be love, it could be the goodness of God, it could be God's faithfulness. The theme could be, just prayerfully pick something for yourself and the congregation. 3, based on the theme, you want to pick a set of songs that communicates the theme, that addresses the theme that you have picked. And so if the theme is God's faithfulness, you want to pick a set of songs that deal with the faithfulness of God. The songs may not necessarily be mentioning the word faithful or faithfulness, but it should be leading people to set their focus on God's faithfulness. So guided by the theme, you pick songs in the direction of the theme. You may want to communicate the theme to your band or the team of worshipers that you are working with. You may also decide to keep it to yourself. That is not a big deal. But after you pick the songs, communicate the songs to the band and the team of worshipers that you're working with. Rehearse these songs as a band. Another important thing, if you will be reading any scriptures or if you will be sharing from the scriptures, make sure you get your scriptural readings right and pick them guided by the theme. I share with you something that happened so many years ago, and I always use this as an example when I'm sharing with worshipers on getting your scripture readings right. I attended a worship service with a friend of mine, and it was such a powerful session. The worship leader began talking to the congregation with the musicians playing in the background. The tone was just set for us to pour our hearts to God, and everything seemed perfect until the worship leader quoted a scripture. I don't remember the exact scripture, but it was wrong. And before I knew it, I opened my eyes. I didn't plan to. It was just spontaneous, more like a reflex reaction to what happened. Then when I opened my eyes, I realized my friend too had opened his eyes. We looked at each other, then we closed our eyes again, more like we encouraged ourselves in the Lord, and we continued in the time of worship. Could we have ignored it? I don't know, but it just happened. But as a worship leader, you do not want to take your members through that. You have people in the congregation that are students of the Bible and the Word. So if you want to quote from the Bible, if you want to read scriptural readings to buttress your points in worship, you want to make sure you prepare adequately and you get them right, and you don't come and quote wrong scriptures and distract the worshippers. So that is very, very crucial. So get this right. Spend time with the band and arrange the songs in the manner that you want to sing them on stage. Get your keys right so that you don't struggle on stage, and that can be a distraction to some worshippers when instead of worshiping they are concerned if you survive the next song. That's very, very important. So get a key that is favorable and work on the transitions. If you cannot do all the songs on one key, work on transitions with the band. So I'm going to do the first song on, let's say, F sharp, and the second and third song I'm going to do it on G, and from there we will move to maybe A. In that, you need to have a plan. Work these things out with the band. It helps the worship session to flow with less interruptions and distractions. It's very, very important. It's very, very important. So I believe these are some points that can help you as a worship leader if you prayerfully apply them and do them well with your band. It will help make your worship sessions richer and help the congregation to worship less of interactions. God bless you.